out as I come. Busting in your line, cracking helmets in. I bring the pain, so what you gon' do? Stand there and just get shook out ya. So clean out your locker, I'm out to get ya. Cause I just popped ya. You can't take the pressure. You might as well quit cause you just can't last. Madden 2000, put your face in the grass.
Austin Safarian-Jenkins, the first touchdown of Jameis Winston's career.
And your pride in the dirt, so put on a skirt. If you come on the field and don't wanna get hurt, just bruised and beaten, all black and blue. And it's been like that since Madden 92.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show with your host, Buccaneer Blake with Buccaneer Blake Sports. Bucs coming off a loss and pretty much diminishing their playoff hopes with a loss to the Rams, 23-31 on the road to St. Louis. Some are saying that might be the last home game since I keep saying Cincinnati. St. Louis plays there, but we'll see. Sorry about that. We'll see what happens. But Winston becomes the youngest player in I think league history to reach 3,000 yards passing in a season. I think he's 21 years old. As I already said, Bucs are limited from the playoffs, but that's a little milestone. I think he broke another milestone for throwing for 20 touchdowns. Sorry, not 20 touchdowns in the season. Winston went 21 for 50. Yeah, 50 is a lot of attempts. For 363 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and an interception, which is his fault. He just didn't. The corner sat back under the route. It was good coverage, and he got a pick. 50 passes is a lot for a rookie quarterback. So we put a lot on him, and he was the one that single-handedly put us back in this game. At that whole game, I'm just like, we're just putting too much on our rookie quarterback. You need help. Needed help elsewhere, coming from other players and stuff like that, when critical moments of the game, not at the end when everybody wants to decide to play all of a sudden when it's too late. Keenum went 14 for 17, 234 with 2 touchdowns. Notice I said 14 and 17. The pass rush didn't exist. People were upset about the game, blah, blah, blah. If you can't pressure any quarterback, you notice we lose to all backup QBs because we can't get pressure on them. That's just what's going to happen. Martin went 18 carries for 91 yards. Sims for 7 for 50. Hack and slash is what they're calling them. We keep those two together. I think we can get a nice tandem because both offer different skill sets. And Sims is more passing threat than Doug Martin is. Side note, Todd Gurley had 21 carries for 48 yards, bottled him up. But again, the passing game got off because of the lack of pass rush. And we had injuries everywhere on the defense. It was just ridiculous. Now, Tavon Austin, to me, was the X factor of the game, rushing, not receiving, in the reverse plays. It seems the Rams, Jeff Fisher always calls that on us because they get us around the corner, take advantage of us, our downhill pursuit going one way and come back the other. And it seems to always work. Also in that game, you got to see ASJ and William Golston. You get to see a lot of immaturity, and you got to grow up. Especially ASJ, he seems to always do that when you get around the end zone. Like, he's the only one that's got to score, and it's got to be all about him when he scores. I get it, you want to celebrate. And even when you're getting blown out, he finds ways to celebrate when you shouldn't celebrate. Just get your stuff together, Safarian-Jenkins. Come on, dog. Like, stop with the foolishness. You're going to get the ball. It's going to happen. You've taken yourself out the past 2 years with injuries. You got to stay on the field, and you can get more production and enjoy your NFL career. Just quit doing dumb stuff. Same thing with you, William Golston. I played D-line before. I know what it's like to be down in the trenches, getting done dirty, grabbed and hit and all that stuff. I know what that's like, but you got to do it within the whistle. You can't do it after whistle when everybody's watching and the camera's rolling. That's the point. You just got to be a lot smarter than what you've been showing. I said, but the future is bright though for the Bucs with the quarterback situation, with young receivers stepping up. I told you Adam Humphries from the beginning of the year. I think he had 6 receptions for like 50 yards, and has played well on critical downs. He also, came in later on in the season due to injuries to Lewis Murphy and then, Vincent Jackson and stuff like that. Cameron Brate. Those are some guys that you got to give some credit to for stepping in when duty was called. Next man up, right? Winston is a true leader for this team. You saw him screaming at players. Dante Dye caught that deep ball, which again I kind of still got mad at him that you caught that, but you couldn't catch the crossing route. The last home game possibly to tie the game up against the Saints, but you catch that pass between multiple defenders, and then he almost does the Sean Jackson. You realize you're not even down, and you toss the ball to the side and almost turn it over. Winston got in his ass for that. And he got in the ass of the special teams for giving up that big return after the offense just scored, and the defense couldn't even get a chance. That defense did get a stop. They held them to field goal inside the 10. That was awesome. But it was a chance that the offense couldn't got back. It was just everything we tried to do, we shot ourselves in the foot with. And it was a lot like the Colts game when I watched that game. Like I said, again, the Saints, you got to get people off the field on third downs. You got to hold the other team to harder, manageable third downs. You can't commit stupid penalties that's going to give up first down. I mean, you could just say that for any game, but those are things that keeps happening in great times of need. And it's not, and you know, like I told you before, when you lose, people tend to think they know everything when they lose. It's not everything. It's just small things in the game that happens. One thing that your locker room gives up on you, and the team's terrible, and they give up. No, it's not what's happening here. It's just we're asking a lot of people that shouldn't be in these positions, and some of them have fared well in the face of adversity. Again, I'm going to keep saying this name because he gets little credit. Sterling Moore is a great corner. He might be a starter for us. He might have earned a starting job. He has fared well against all number one receivers. Again, I told you, Odell Beckham, Dez Bryant. He's played against number one receivers since he moved into that role, since I think that was a Washington game. And I thank you for balling out all season and showing up. Jude Abrima, or Jude, I'm just going to call him Jude because I'm going to tear his name up. He's played well too, except for that double move on not Kenny Bell. Why I keep saying Kenny Bell? Rutgers cat, played for Tennessee. It's killing me. I can't even figure out his name right now. Hold on. Wide receiver up the sideline. I think it was in the second quarter. I believe it was the second quarter when he caught it up the sideline. His name is on the tip of my tongue. Give me 1 second. I always kept getting hit for DUIs. Kenny Britt. I knew I had the name right, Kenny Britt. I kept saying Kenny Bell. Kenny Britt caught that pass to the side. He's fair well coming back from being suspended from the league and his alcohol problems and other issues. Like I said, immaturity. At some point, you got to grow up and realize, before you get kicked out of the league. Some people figure out faster than others, like a name Justin Blackman, who just got picked up today for DUI, or last night DUI, probably last night for a DUI. You just gotta grow up sometimes, man. We all make dumb mistakes, and you want to slander people. Like, yeah, remember, these people are young too. Your kids and your friends do the same dumb stuff. It's just they're not in the limelight, which they are. They're still people. It's just when you make mistakes, what are you doing after that? And you just want to judge people for making mistakes. And people like to sit on a high horse like they ain't never done nothing their entire life. You sit up there telling that story, you're a damn lie. It's just, like I said, it's what you do and then what you do after you've done that. It's you want to judge somebody. Like the case of, like I said, it's not a Buccaneer thing, but it's a division thing. That Panther game with Odell Beckham, I had great respect for this man until that game. He's just seen a great thing in maturity. Immaturity coming in that game. He could have hurt Josh Norman, and the refs did nothing to protect him. You throw 15-yard flags, that's not doing anything personally to Odell Beckham. He's hurting his team, but it's not hurting him personally. You gave him 3 15-yard penalties. In basketball, you get 2 technical fouls, you're out. So is football going to go to that? Yeah, it probably should, if you're going to protect players. I say he could have hurt Josh Norman on that spirit, and at that point you did not throw him out but just let it keep going. How much punishment should Josh Norman take before he gets upset about it? Should his career be over? Should he go out for the season? If he tries to spare him and he takes his knee out, tears his ACL, would that be Josh Norman's fault for not turning around in time or doing his job, and somebody's blatantly trying to hurt you? Not accidentally, blatantly trying to hurt you, and he gets hurt in his career season? if he's supposed to get paid next year? What are you doing to protect him? Roger Goodell, you're talking about the league is here to protect players. You're here to protect the guys and do the right thing. You didn't do the right thing there. The refs didn't do the right thing there. To the refs get fined. You literally let this man get beat up and intentionally someone trying to hurt him, and you did nothing. You stood right there and just let it go on. It was at some point the announcers are like, when is this going to stop? Is it because Odell Beckham's on the front cover of Madden? Is it because you invested too much in him that you're just going to let it go? Maybe he'll stop like a dysfunctional child, and that you don't know how to handle a kid with autism or some type of disability that you don't know how to handle. So you just, instead of jumping in there and you trying to deviate the situation, you just let it go and hopefully it stops. I'm not using them as an example to try to bash them. I'm using them because Odell Beckham has the ability to stop doing these things, and these refs has the ability and the mental capacity to stop doing these things without having somebody assist them, is why I use that as a metaphor. Some of these kids with these issues, they need help, they need a little guidance. Some turn out better than the others, but it's the same thing with other people. It's just, you gotta hold people accountable for their actions. And like I said, I could talk about politics. Politics goes into everything, whether it's the government or jobs or the NFL. It's because he's a PR person, somebody that you've put in the limelight for the NFL. You don't want to do anything to him, like throw him out the league. I would have more respect for you if you did something to somebody that's in the limelight of the league, or has done, or somebody that the league looks up to, and they do something heinous like this, and discipline them. Which I kind of respect the new commissioner of the NBA for handling the thing he did with the LA Clippers owner. That's tough. The commissioner gets paid by the owners, but he banned the owner from ever coming to an NBA game and forced him to sell his team. You get mad respect from me for doing that. And I would have more respect for them refs in the league for acting on such when you do that to Odell Beckham, that you put in the limelight and kind of created this monster. And again, if people say, oh, it might be because if you play for the Bucs, you wouldn't feel that way. No, I wouldn't. I told you, if Grant Hardy came to this team and he got a sack, I would not cheer for him. Not one time. And if Odell Beckham did that in the game, I would say the same thing as I did about, you just heard me about William Golston and Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Stop doing stupid stuff, man. Play between the whistles. Everybody knows that rule. Play between the whistles. You'll get your chance. Do it within the legal limits of the game. And don't intentionally try to don't intentionally try to hurt somebody, because that's just uncalled for. Well, guys, I know season's coming to an end. Only got a couple more to do. It's been fun doing this. I appreciate all the feedback I've ever gotten from anybody. I'm not sorry about last week putting me crying on there and talking about my friend. The funeral's coming up Tuesday. Making this report Monday. I know I'm kind of late. I had a bunch of projects and stuff to do. Like I said, I appreciate you guys all watching and the support you've given me over the time, and people giving me advice on what to do and stuff I should make better, do better when I'm doing these broadcasts. Like I said, it's new to me, the first season ever doing this. Again, I'm just thankful and appreciative for the support I've gotten from people in my realm, in my circle, in my outer circle, everybody, man. And I just try to have a new outlook on things. Again, we'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything you do in your life. What you do with it is up to you. Y'all be safe and God bless. I still love you, Conan.
Yeah, yeah. riding with Skeet, Mello, and Flacco. Ain't got no beef, but we got cheese and lettuce like a taco. What you talking about? I got my city on lock, ho, and I always keep the peace. I never gotta keep that Glock, bro. Tampa Bay Buccaneer, check the red and pewter. Yeah, the girls with you are mighty fine, the ones with me are cuter. Swagger to the max, mind faster than computers. See, we get the signal clear, the flashing lights could never fool us. Call me Young Hammy, I'm about to go ham. When it comes to Tampa, I'm the definition of the man. Always let me speak my mind, but never listen to my plans. Sometimes it made me doubt I'll never miss a step again. Confidence is great, but humility is greater. Being humble is what lets me show civility to haters. It lets me see the real ones from the fakers. Guess it turned me into Kobe, Wonder Corp, we are the Lakers. Going for the championship, you'd be appalled at the amount of women waiting for their chance to get hit. It's some cancerous shit. I jumped off the wheel, they let me out the cage, now I go hamster a bit. Yeah, hometown hero status, cause my flows they be the tightest and my women are the baddest. Skate park and Tampa kids tell me I'm the raddest. Born a soccer player, I used to kick it at Ed Radis or Schimberg. Got cheese like Limburger, I'm a lyrical assassin, I spit and begin murder. I love my mother, I know that my sins hurt her, so I live a righteous life and only listen to the word of the Most High. He made me so fly, boy, I'm colder than the winter, you could call me Snow Guy. Shout to Key, I hit the booth and go live. If they tell you I'm the sickest, my nigga, it's no jive. I need a doctor. See, I'm fly without a plane and I don't need no helicopter. I'm not an actor. When it comes to my success, speaking the truth's the biggest factor. You're just a poser. Yeah, you're just a relief pitcher, I'm the closer. I am Tampa. Yeah, I am Tampa.